So the Warriors are going to take Game 5. The scrubs are on the floor right now. Not scrubs. The guys who haven't been playing are on the floor right now. Jonathan Kuminga's on the floor. Lamb's on the floor. Gabriel's on the floor for the Lakers. The guys who aren't getting minutes, so the game's pretty much over at this point. So let's get into Game 5. Anthony Davis comes out, gets off to a really good start, kind of fades in the second half, which is on par. This is kind of what I assumed would happen. Pretty similar to Game 2. He didn't. I wouldn't say he fully took the night off, but definitely wasn't as engaged as he was in Games 3 and 4. That's why I took the Warriors to win this one. So now we're set up to go back to LA for Game 6. Obviously, the big story, Anthony Davis gets hit in the head, taken back to the locker room. I'm assuming he's going to be fine. I'm not too worried about it. LeBron plays well, but here's the big story, I think, and why the Warriors ultimately won this game the way that they did. Part of it is, of course, Anthony Davis not being as engaged in the second half, but the other part of it is no role player for the Lakers really went crazy. Like three of them played solidly, the three that you would expect. Reeves finishes with 15, Russell gets 15, and Schroeder scores 15. But in most of the games, it's been one of those guys goes for 20, and the other two go for 15 and 10. And so I thought they did a much better job of limiting the role players throughout the game. I thought they rebounded well. I thought that the pace that the Warriors played with I thought it was perfect. I think that they need to play fast, especially offensively, because this Lakers team, the defensive transition numbers aren't great, but when they can set their defense, they are one of the best, arguably the best, defensive team in the NBA when it comes to the Lakers. So you want to get out, you want to push, you want to make them play a fast-paced game. And on top of that, I think that speeding the Lakers up on offense also limits what they have Anthony Davis do as well. Also wears him down over the course of the game. All those fatigue things come into effect whenever you do that. Now let's look at the Warriors. First of all, let's start with Draymond Green, who was awesome. Set the tone early. He pushed the pace. He was really the biggest catalyst for that. Knocks down the three early. Played outstanding defense. This was a really good Draymond Green game. I mean, hit multiple shots. 7 to 11 from the field. Scores 20 points. Pulls down 10 rebounds. I thought he was awesome. Andrew Wiggins, this is the best game he's played in the series. 10 of 18 from the field. He's going to finish with 25. And this is, the first game since Game 2 where it felt like Steph got help. It felt like guys actually knocked down shots. Wiggins did a good job of taking advantage of mismatches inside. He did a really good job of not settling for three. He really attacked the bucket. Only took 5 threes tonight. Made 2 of them. Pulled down 7 rebounds. Moved the ball well with 5 assists. Hands down the best game Andrew Wiggins has played in this series. Continues to play good defense on top of that on LeBron James. Steph Curry, continues to be Steph Curry. 27 points, 8 assists. He's just incredible still. And we're gonna come back to him here in a minute. Klay Thompson continues to struggle. 3 of 12 from the field. And I think it's to a point now where if you're Steve Kerr, you've got to at least look into cutting his minutes. Okay, Moses Moody off the bench has been really good this series. He's knocked down open shots, and he's actually playing defense. And that's the thing with Klay, is it's not like he's a huge asset defensively like he used to be. If he still brought the same, defensive presence as he did, 5 years ago before all the injuries, then you can justify leaving him on the floor even when he's not making those shots. But now you've got a guy in Moody who is playing good defense and is knocking down the open shots and spaces the floor in a really similar way. I think it would be worth looking into potentially cutting some of Thompson's minutes and giving them to Moody because he's been a 0 on offense and he hasn't been much on defense either. Gary Payton played really well in this game, rebounded, finished inside. That adjustment has been really good. It doesn't look like the Lakers had much of an answer for it tonight. Then again, they may have known coming into this that Anthony Davis wouldn't be super engaged, and so they're saving those adjustments for Game 6. But yeah, all in all, great Warriors game. And if you're the Lakers, you have to be nervous going into Game 6. Steph Curry, 6 of his last 25 from 3. Klay Thompson hasn't shot it well since Game 2. They are both due to erupt at some point. And if, one of them erupts in Game 6, then now you got to go back to Golden State for Game 7, and that the Lakers want to finish it off in 6 because going back to the Chase Center to try and put out the defending champs in a Game 7 on the road, that is That's a hard thing to do for anybody. It's a hard thing to do for anybody. And role players play better at home, and all those other things come into effect. The fact that LeBron James is 38 and he's going to play 7 games in 14 days, that's a lot of wear and tear on your body when you're 38. I mean, Game 6 is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Last thing on the Warriors, I like how the Jordan Poole got a few more minutes. He's a microwave kind of guy. You have to at least give him a chance to get going offensively before you pull him from the game. But all in all, great game from the Warriors. I think everybody expected them to win this one. Backs against the wall. Now we're going to Game 6. Expect a bloodbath. Expect an extremely physical, up and down game. Everybody fully invested. Because the winner of Game 6 is probably going to win the series. It's going to be really tough for LA to go into Golden State in a potential Game 7 and pull it out there. So make sure if you like this video, comment below. Do the Warriors complete the 3-1 comeback? Do they get their revenge on LeBron James? Or do they fall short in Game 6 and LA advances to the Western Conference Finals? Let me know that below in the comments. Make sure you subscribe as well, because we're going to have a Game 6 breakdown. We're trying to break down as many of these playoff games as we can. So I hope you're enjoying them. Make sure you subscribe so that you can catch all of them right here on Shooting the Schmidt. Thank you once again for watching the video, and I'll talk to y'all again later.